Your mom needs the gutters cleaned, but you live out of state and can't help. Or your dad is asking for some tech support, but trying to teach him long distance over the phone is failing. They don't really need medical help, just a helping hand now and then. That's when you might want to hand it off to a service like Senior Premier Concierge. Scott Kravitz is the general manager of the company and a concierge himself, and he is here to explain what exactly that is. Now, I know a concierge from a hotel, a fancy hotel, and they find the best restaurant in town for you, and then they make your reservations and send you on your way. So what is this business?
That's the way we've always heard of a concierge, yes. They are there to make your stay comfortable. They provide information and resources and then arrange them for you. It's kind of what we do as a senior concierge, but we actually perform the work ourselves. Better way to explain it is think of us as a hired family member, kind of a rent-a-son or rent-a-daughter type of service.
All right, well that's an interesting way to look at it. But instead of restaurants or plays, you handle?
Lots of things. So we handle home management, transportation, cleaning, lots of technology assistance, really anything that a senior would need or ask their children to help out with. But because of long distance or full-time work schedules or raising their own families, they're not always around to provide. So with the leadership of our CEO, Mary Helen Wright, well, we consider it our mission to serve today's most accomplished generation.
All right, good of you to think of it that way. So give us an example of how your service would actually work.
Yes, so a good example is we have a client that has a daughter in England, a son in South Carolina, and although mom is very active, they were looking for somebody local that was capable and trustworthy to help when needed with daily tasks. We got started when the children bought mom and dad a suite of Apple products. So a big desktop computer, an iPad, an iPhone, and an Apple TV to replace the cable.
Oh boy.
And they said, this is going to really help you with communicating and sharing with our grandchildren, or with your grandchildren. Problem was, to mom, an apple was something you eat.
Of course.
So we went out there and we set everything up and then taught her how to use the apps, the functions, the features, and continue to provide ongoing support at her own pace, really.
Okay. And then it went well beyond that though, right?
It did. So when winter finally ended here in Cleveland, she wanted the gutters checked and cleaned and the grass cut. So we did that. She's also worked with our in-house interior designer to redesign and renovate some bedrooms and bathrooms. And she needed a new car. She hates the car buying process.
Don't we all?
Yeah. So we handled the research and the negotiations on the car that she wanted, and all she had to do was come into the dealership and sign the paperwork and write a check.
Wow. So it sounds like if it's a simple chore, you can kind of handle it on your own. If it's something a little bit more expansive like the renovation, you just monitor and make sure it's the right company and they do what they're supposed to have done, correct?
Exactly. So we work on their behalf to manage the process of some larger projects. But we also handle smaller tasks ourselves, like rides to the airport and out to lunch with friends and help with the pets. We help with organizing and cleaning, and we don't like to think about this right now, but shoveling the driveway is going to become an issue. So our focus is really creating a trusting partnership with the families so that when help is wanted or needed to maintain the lifestyle that we are on speed dial, and we provide the work to their expectations.
So you mentioned speed dial. They just call you when they need you?
They call us when they need us, yes. We're based on our services are based on an hourly rate. If you need 1 hour, that's fine. If you need more, that's fine too. What we found is most families opt for the 12 or 25-hour package, which effectively reduces the pricing.
So what are the prices?
Prices, yes. Our rate is $49 an hour. Our 12-hour package brings the hourly rate to $41 an hour, and 25-hour package is about $35 an hour, which we think is very reasonable.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable too. So, good information. Your parents know you would help them with household chores and errands if you could, but sometimes that's just not possible. So why not consider a concierge who can cater to their schedule and their needs? To find out more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Scott for joining us today.
To learn more, call Senior Premier Concierge at 440-681-0501 or visit their website, www.concierge.com. www.spcconcierge.com. Up next,